and welcome to Death Rant, a Metalocalypse podcast. Broadcasting from Murderface, we're here to dissect animation's most brutal show. I'm Mono, and I'm dressed in camouflage for further surprise, because it makes me harder to see. And she's Ciara, and she's seriously done a lot of cocaine.
Seriously. A whole lot.
A whole lot of cocaine. It's Dr. Rockso.
It is. It's first introduction of Dr. Rockso.
Yeah, good and early.
Yeah.
And becomes one of my favourite characters. I think everybody's favourite characters, in fairness. But yes, it's Birthdayface, the episode that we couldn't remember the name of last week.
Yeah, slightly.
And I think last week I was like, there's some bits about this episode I do and don't like, and I was wrong. I just like all of it.
I think you'd mixed it up with one of the other episodes a little bit.
I think I perhaps had, because, this one's just class.
Yeah, the really shitty Evite cracks me up.
There's so much about this episode that cracks me up. There's so many great lines in it as well.
And it's also like we were talking last episode about why the fuck do they keep Murderface around, because he's such a vile human.
Yeah.
And the opening of this kind of answers that question.
He can play the bass with his dick.
Yeah.
Yes, but before we get into that, we have the same creative team as the last 2 weeks. Writers of Brendan Small and Tommy Blacka, director John Snepp, and art director Antonio Canobio.
That makes me laugh every single time. It's such a good name.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right, because it is us.
Yeah.
And it's going to get difficult because we also get our first expert today.
Oh.
Although he's got a relatively normal name.
Yeah, the names don't get completely ridiculous.
But that will come in time. Shall we go for a summary and then jump into the episode?
Why not get it out of the way good and early?
It's Murderface's birthday, and he doesn't like his presents or his party, so he decides to run away. Can the rest of the band get him a gift awesome enough to make him stop being a big baby?
He is a big baby.
Attention, you big baby. Oh, actually, as well, before we get any further, I should probably say I don't know if the show that we're going to do today is going to be very good, because I've got a darn summer cold.
One of them. You need some compassion.
Yeah, where's my benefit concert? Although, if you looked out the window from Irish Mordhouse, it doesn't look very summery at all today.
No.
So, we'll carry on.
You just wanted sympathy.
Of course. I've got the man flu.
Yeah.
It's
Hooray.
just a mild case of death. But yeah, no, the episode starts off, as you said, with Dick solo on the bass.
Yeah, whilst also headbutting somebody.
Yes.
I love when they do the little guitar bass swing and it comes back almost like it's on a spring.
I just like the fact that he looks like he's...
really enjoying it.
Oh, he looks like he's almost, at completion at one point in the solo.
The calluses.
As you pointed out, yes, he must have a very, very callous
In fairness, I'm assuming not one single part of him is good to touch.
That's one of my favourite Pickles bits is in Desperado in season 2 when Murderface is naked on the boat. And he was just describing how horrible and gnarly he is.
That's a good episode. And then it cuts to him getting a whole bucket of ice down the pants.
Yeah.
After the gig. Playing Wheelchair Bound, the amazing arcade game.
Oh, yeah. It's just a guy in a wheelchair running around with a machine gun by the looks of it.
Yeah, but you have to roll the controllers. It's just, I don't know why that arcade game amuses me. Some of the other ones change in and out, but that one's always there. Because they have Dance Dance Revolution at one point.
Yeah, that's one of Toki's favourites.
Yeah. Also, you get more of the big sitting room that they always seem to hang out in with the hot tub in the middle and the screen held up with the hooks.
Yes. But yeah, they're just talking... Well, Pickles is telling Murderface that the person that he headbutted was Danish royalty and last in line to the throne.
Yeah.
And Skrisgar keeps commenting that he hates the Dutch. The Dutch are scum. We get our usual news and Tribunal bits as well.
Yeah, and you get more of the kind of relationship of the Tribunal because there is a little bit of tension starting with Crozier.
Yeah, as we mentioned, I think, was it last episode or the week before?
Because they're talking about all the celebrations that are going on for Murderface's birthday, because and the boys all get the invite for Murderface's birthday and are it's whatever the stupid rhyme is, but it's come or don't, who gives a piss?
Yeah.
Because Murderface is obsessed with piss, his side project is Planet Piss.
Yeah, the way he says it later in the episode.
Yeah, and
so mournful.
They're oh no, we gotta give him a birthday present. That's the big dilemma, is oh fuck. And they're also he's a nihilist, why does he want a birthday?
Because it's Murderface.
Because
he also wants attention.
Yeah. And it cuts to the Tribunal then where they're talking about the psychology.
Yeah,
or it's his birthday and there's mass looting. There's a quote of him saying the Louvre is shit, and it cuts to the Louvre on fire.
Yeah.
There's a guy up a crane basically doing a GTA 5 where he's sniping all the cops.
Yeah, and then sets himself
on fire. And it's like they've suppressed the news of that, and Crocer's like, oh, we could just send in the military. And he's like, well, recent polls have shown that over half the military are rabid Death Clock fans.
Yeah, kind of shuts him up.
Yeah, putting him in his place, and he's a bit like, oh fuck you then.
We're starting to get that thing that we mentioned last week or the week before of, that there's Crozier as the kind of naysayer and wanting to be using force all the time.
Yeah.
The
but
Cardinal
also not
is the
being
next one
entirely in like
in line with the rest of it. Yeah. And then we cut back to Mordhouse as the guys discuss what they're going to get Murderface.
Yeah.
And they can't really make up their mind.
Toki's like, why don't we just make him something?
Yeah. Toki wants to make him a macaroni murder lady.
He does make him a macaroni moida lady. I love the way Toki says murder. It cracks me up so much. It's so sweet.
Not my favourite Toki line in the episode.
No, it's also not my favourite way to pronounce moida, but it's close.
What moidas?
What moidas?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. But yeah, then we cut to the party and we see all the people queuing up to
give huge
Murderface his presents.
The chef makes him a cake.
Oh yeah, Jean-Pierre's back.
Yay! And he's made a really cool birthday cake, but you have to be careful because the icing is made of deadly, deadly mercury.
Yeah, do not eat it. You will
die. Oh, Jean-Pierre.
I like that they do actually bring him back. He doesn't show up a huge amount.
No, but you do see him.
Yeah, just bopping about in the background. Like, I love the conversation about the sausage festival.
It's a total sausage fest. Oh, I love the sausage festival. Like that one in Vienna. No, that was an actual sausage fest. That means that there's just like not a lot of ladies
to put your what into
inside.
The sausage?
Look, I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were saying something earlier. And then I'm just going to go over here and away from you.
Yeah.
Poor sweet Toki.
And then our favourite rock and roll clown shows up.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, what birthday's complete without a clown? We got you a clown. Here he is. And what a clown.
Yeah,
he's an amalgamation of everything that was god awful about 80s hair metal.
Considering
he's actually surprisingly considering how bad my coulrophobia is, Rockso doesn't scare me.
Rockso, 8.
No, only specifically the Tim Curry Pennywise. The other one can go fuck itself in a ditch.
And Gacy.
Yeah, Gacy. No, Bubbles just freak me out.
Alright, so just Rockso and Pennywise?
Yeah. And also, obviously, the Joker.
Yeah, well, but he's not like a clown.
No, but Mark Hamill's Joker is amazing.
Yes. I fear we
I need some guys. Not these guys.
That's not Mark Hamill's Joker.
I know DiMaggio's Joker, but...
But yeah, Dr. Rockso is... Yeah, we don't get an awful lot of him here.
The fur boots. The fur boots, the really low-cut jumpsuit. It does give, like, around the time we were all like, oh my god, Justin Hawkins from The Darkness, because he did very much lean into that.
Oh, yeah.
And when I saw him play with The Darkness did support for Linkin Park and Metallica, pretty sure I did see his jump
You could see his jump through his jumpsuit. I mean, everything about Dr. Rockso is there.
Yeah.
The over-the-topness,
the
cock rock, the cocaine.
The spiky nose ball. I love it.
We just don't get enough of him in this episode.
No, but you do kind of, that his ending in this is kind of what happens to him a lot.
Yes. And he just randomly screens cocaine a lot as well. So I'm down. Like, it's Dr. Rockso.
When he's making the balloon guitar or the balloon bass, and he's like, seriously, I do a lot of cocaine.
That's his best bit in his short appearance in this episode. His best bit is seriously, I do a lot of cocaine.
But his introduction is, I'm Dr. Rockso, the rock and roll clown. I do cocaine.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's so funny. Oh, and then you get the song, which is great.
Yeah, birthday, death day, and they give him
all the horrific imagery that's going on, intersected with the Queen of Denmark or whoever she is, tasting the icing and her face starting to melt off.
Well, she dies.
Yeah, she dies, but everyone else is like, yeah.
Yeah.
And they give him his gift, which is nothing. And he storms off, and then we get the best line in the whole thing.
Of attention, you
big baby.
Are you going for a crybaby walk?
And they're all hanging from a helicopter in camouflage with like those fucking night vision
the
goggles.
Whole explanation as to why they are
in camouflage
hanging from a helicopter is great. I love
Squizgar's entire pose for the whole thing, because everyone, like, Nathan's literally just like hanging there. But Squizgar's got the arms folded, the legs are like crossed, and he's just like, I have to be here.
Yeah. They give him the car, and I get my favourite line of the episode where Toki says, oh, it's got big fat tyres and everything. Which, as well as being a reference to Highway Star, is so often quoted by me whenever anybody's talking to me about cars and I'm not really interested. I'm just like, oh, it's got the big fat tyres and everything.
Does it go left?
Yeah, no, I just love the way Toki says
Oh,
that. I
and
use
it's
it
the first
all the
of
time.
the truly ridiculous names for things.
Yeah, not the expert in the tribunal, but in this,
No.
it's the demolition derby that they're hosting for Murderface to have with his new car, and it's the Demolition Clockamate Death Derby.
I think it should be Death Derby to go with Clockamate.
It's one of the first of the just ridiculously named death clock things. I think my favourite is the NASCAR one.
Yes.
I can't even...
The Christmas special one is pretty funny too.
Yeah, they start to include very silly names
Sweet
from here on out.
And drug names.
Yeah, super awesome, sweet Alabama liquid snake. Yeah, you want to blow chunks into the Milky Way? What could be better than a good old-fashioned Milky Way chunk blow? And yeah, the Demolition Clockamate Death Derby is the end of the episode. We get scenes of that as the credits play. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, it's another 10 minutes of just pure hilarious metal excellence.
Yeah.
We get another new character. We got 2 last week. We get another new one this week with Dr. Rockso. I think that's probably about it for a while.
Yeah.
Before we get any other recurring characters introduced.
Yeah, because you start to get the experts more and more now each week that are brought in by the council to kind of give them insight into what's going on, which is linked to it. In this, you get kind of Murderface's psyche profile, which basically culminates in it's going to be one brutal birthday. Like that, he says all this mad fancy shit, and then just nothing at the end.
Yeah, no, some of the experts are great.
Do you know what you know that bit in Black Books where Fran gets the office job and she has no idea what she's doing and she has to do the presentation?
Oh yeah.
And she just walks in.
Just all buzzwords.
And and like is slapping the circle drawn on the board and is like, I got a promotion.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the experts...
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and it's brilliant. I love it.
Their names are the best thing.
And they just get... It was to just see
just fuck with Mark Hamill, just to see what ridiculousness they could get him to pronounce.
And then they always make him say it at least twice per episode. They introduce him and then they have him ask a question or something.
Yeah, or thank him or something. Yeah. I'm doing well with the kill count. I've managed to get a 3rd. I'm hoping I can continue.
Who died? Well, the Queen dies.
So we've got 8. We've got the terrorist fan who's sniping people and then kills himself.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the Danish Queen.
Yeah.
And then 6 people at the Demolition Clockamate Death Derby die.
Oh, right. I would assume more people had died in all the riots in France.
Again, it just seems to be on
On-screen
screen
deaths, yeah.
And I'm not going to go through the effort of counting off-screen deaths, considering, as I said in the first one, we're told thousands of deaths, and I'd have to estimate how many fans got squished, so we'll just stick with on-screen deaths. And as usual, that leads us into our metal trivia.
Yes.
I guess I didn't know all that stuff was metal.
So first off, we get our Dr. Rockso introduction for the first time. We get the first mention of Planet Piss.
Yeah.
We get our first expert, but without the silly name. Jean-Pierre's back.
Jean-Pierre's back. It's the first kind of thing where you get to see Murderface's obsession with American history because he collects shitloads of it, but he also has this kind of like weird hatred of it all.
Yeah, he likes to desecrate history.
Yeah.
Collects it and then desecrates it.
And he gets mad if somebody else destroys it, like later on with Fat Kid, where he's like, he ate my Civil War shoes!
Oh, Fat Kid. Big fat tires and everything is a reference to Highway Star, as I mentioned.
It's the car that JFK got assassinated in and the chair that Lincoln was assassinated in.
The poet, or the poems that they give to the Danish Queen gives to Murderface is from Peter Cornelis Zunhooft, is an actual renowned Danish poet, apparently. And all the the weird Murderface birthday logo, you could get that on like actual real world merch. I don't know if you still can, but you could. That's all my trivia for today. I was just happy with Jean-Pierre back though.
I love Jean-Pierre, he's so smart.
We're back to having guests again.
I know who you are.
And we know who they are this week because they are the same guests as we got in the first episode of Hetfield and Hammett, where James Hetfield is the terrorist fan who's sniping everybody. And Kirk Hammett is the Danish Queen.
Yes, fishingly.
Just one song this week. One song and a correction, actually. Because last week when I said that you can hear a bit of Go Into the Water, when I was going back for the episode and getting clips of Mermaider, it's actually the very start of Mermaider that you hear playing when they zoom in on the sub. It's not, Go Into the Water.
It's the start of
so I was wrong.
But Go Into the Water is a great track.
Oh, it's a phenomenal song.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only song in this episode is Birthday Death Day.
And it's a damn good song.
Many years ago today, something grew inside of your mother. That thing was you.
Yeah, it's not one of the strongest ones on the Death album, the first Death album, but they're all
I
good
do
songs.
enjoy the opening lyric though.
Yeah,
Many years ago on this day, something came out of your mother. That thing was you.
Yeah. There are some great lines in it.
And some of the imagery then in the video where like Murderface is that weird lizard thing.
Yeah.
Is,
So with it just being one song, time to move on to the most awesome moment of the episode.
Oh, darn, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
ooh. I enjoy Rockso getting gagged out with the balloon.
Yeah.
That is quite fun, especially when the guys all grab him and he's still choking on it and they just start like putting the boots to him.
Yeah.
Medium styles.
Puts the boots to him. I'm sorry, I missed one piece of trivia actually. When the French fan is giving out on screen, when he says Murderface, it sounds like Murderface, which is shitface. So they bleep out the first part of Murderface's name when the French fan says it. Most awesome moment for me. I'm tempted to go for Rockso as well. Yeah, no.
Also the way Toki says Moida.
No, it's either Rockso or Toki saying big fat tires and everything.
But when he holds up the picture and he's like, it used to have red hots for the blood, but I hate
them.
them.
Actually, no, them hanging from the helicopter, explaining why they're in camouflage.
It's so ridiculous.
That's got to be my most awesome moment for the episode. And then most brutal.
It's gotta be really brutal.
Most brutal is probably playing that bass solo at the start.
Playing a bass with your cock is pretty brutal.
Dying
from
of
mercury frosting.
poisoning?
I think I'm gonna go with dying from mercury frosting.
Yeah, that looked Raiders of the Lost Arky.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that I always do love about this show is they're great for like just animated gore.
I love it because it really does. A lot of it reminds me of that claymation style, like you get it in Evil Dead when they're going,
yeah,
and it's all the same thing with Raiders of the Lost Ark, but that was wax sculptures that they heated, so you got that running melt. But that old school melting
they have a very particular like
animation style,
horror animation style.
Yeah.
You see it come through really strongly in the Snakes and Barrels episode when they're tripping.
The demonic bunnies.
Yeah, all that shit. Like you see it a bit in this actually in the birthday death day video. Like you were talking about the weird graphics and stuff, and it's cool. I like it all.
Yeah, like it's real fucked up.
It's great. So then,
but I do enjoy that there is kind of nods there to those old horrors.
But then it's time to talk Zaz and banana stickers.
There are two kinds of shows out there. Those with and those without Zaz.
This one I think is about a 7. It's not their strongest episode. It is funny, but it is a little bit of a patter episode.
Yeah, with the exception of Dr. Rockso. Just because it's Dr. Rockso. Yeah. There are great lines in it, great gags in it, but yeah, it's an episode that I could skip.
Yeah. It's not even one like, say, when they all go to the doctor where it's really fun because you get to see a lot of character development from them all. Yeah. This one is just more, it's reaffirming the fact that Murderface is a little bitch. It's
Murderface heavy, but it's not as good as, say, like Religion Clock later on in the season.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But that's all funny because of all the stuff going on around it.
But I mean, they can't all be 10 out of 10. Well, I mean, I could lie and make them all 10 out of 10.
No.
But no, I have to try and not.
Yeah, like it. You've got Rockso coming in, the derby thing at the end in the insanely giant arena. It's a really good song. But apart from that, it's not really got much else kind of going on.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you there. I think 7 banana stickers is a fair rating. You can tune
in and out of it and just be like, what the fuck's going on?
Well, in fairness, it's 10 minutes long. I don't think you can tune in or out much of anything. You either just watch it or you don't. But yeah, there are times where, like, or say for example, if I were to just go like, I'm gonna watch a random season 1 episode,
it's not this one.
This wouldn't be the one that I would go to immediately.
No.
Unless I wanted to hear Toki say big fat tires and everything.
And it's not even if you want a Rockso heavy one, because there is one later on where you got Rockso's very own song.
Yeah, no. If I was to watch an episode for Rockso, it definitely wouldn't be this one either. No. Again, it'd probably be the one later on in this season where he's properly introduced with Toki. But yeah, that was Birthdayface. I think a 7 out of 10 is fair.
Yeah. It's a solid 3rd episode.
Oh yeah. I mean, the whole first season is really strong overall.
Yeah, but it is, like, you don't want it to be, because, like, the first episode is very dramatic, and, like, this is what's going on. Episode 2 is just, like, a very much an example of how powerful they are.
Yeah.
and how what they do is affecting the economy, whereas this one was just kind of very self-indulgent.
Yeah.
It was just like one of them being like, it's my birthday party and it's all about me. So they really are fucking idiots.
And where the first 3 episodes were, I know I gave them like a 10 for the first 2,
Yeah.
but on IMDb, The Curse of Death Clock has 7.7, Deathwater has 7.8, Birthdayface has 7.9.
Yeah.
But next week's episode, Death Troll.
I love Death Troll.
It's
I
an
love Death
8.5.
Troll a stupid amount. It is one of my favorite. It's the one, if I'm going to watch just the one episode from this.
I'll jump to that. It's got so many good Death Clock
Grandpa's
things.
guitars.
Yeah, Grandpa.
It's set in Finland, which is one of my favourite places on the planet.
Yeah, and it also has another oft-quoted line, like big fat tires and everything, but I'll save it for next week because it's one of my favourite Death Clock lines.
There's also another one that gets quoted a lot more frequently, which is I need 100 beers.
I need like 100 beers.
Exactly 100 beers. That's, when you've had a really bad day.
But yes, that was Birthdayface.
Yes, very fun.
We will be back next week with Death Troll. And thank you very much for joining us, guys. In the meantime, if you want, you can head back and listen to our first 2 episodes or either of our other podcasts, Mono Rants the Boys, Mono Rants at the Movies, or you can come and follow us on Blue Sky at Death Rants or send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll chat to you all next week. Bye-bye.